sitting here over 16 hours since last night.
It's not just your future that depends upon the outcome of our conversation.
Vincent, come out! No, no, he needs to man up and he needs to be punished.
Does Lavinia remind you of your mother?
Punishment.
If you could just talk to me.
She also had a drinking problem like your mother. Is that why you killed her?
Talk to me!
I know you don't want to end up where your father is.
Really I thought that the cinematography was great. The director of photography did such a good job with just the colors and the way that this was shot. Thought it was an interesting story. They made it very mysterious. There was one little moment where there was a cut to when he was a boy. There was a couple of overlapping voiceovers, and it was a little confusing to follow, but I ended up getting it. And yeah, I thought this was really well done.
I thought there was a number of things this piece did really well. There's a great sort of filmic look to it. Just there is an overall just good filmmaking sensibility. Some of the writing kind of fell short for me, along with one or two performances, but there's also some redeeming efforts in both those regards. Overall, really for a 4 minute piece, it's strong, it's impactful, it's worth checking out.
Dope.
Choice.
I really like the revelations. It's like, my film teacher used to always say, like, as the screenwriter, as the director, as the storyteller, you have all the cards and you get to choose what order you play them to the audience. And like, y'all played a perfect hand, I think. Like the way each new card, each new piece of information revealed and thickened the plot and revealed more about the character and drew me in more. I think that was excellent. The way you told that story was excellent. Very good writing, very good directing, very good editing.
It was really fantastic. I absolutely loved this piece. There were just so many things that I liked about it. The direction was amazing. I loved all the time jumping and the cuts back and forth between past and present. The scratching of his scars on his wrist was a really nice touch that added to the story. And I thought his acting was amazing. Like, you could really feel all that pain that he'd been carrying for much of his life. And even the child was great too. And I especially loved the music. I love what they did with it and how it picked up the pace as we were progressing towards her death. Just such a good
that
piece.
the film was so strong in how it sought to explain a horrific act and moment in Vincent's life through his past. And I think that the film jumped seamlessly, consistently between the past and the present. I also thought that it was a strong choice to cast the same actress as both Lavinia and Vincent's mother, because I think that lends to the idea of the cyclical nature of our lives and the central idea of the film, which is that we are perhaps doomed to repeat those who came before us and that which came before us. I also think that the film did a great job using the physicality of Vincent scratching at his wrist in particular to once again link his physical habit and abuse from the past to the present and the scars that is left.
This was really interesting. It was interesting to see this procedural also, or I guess not a procedural, but an interrogation play out and have it be like, this, like, killing his wife wasn't really his choice and he was probably predisposed to it. And there are other things leading to it all. I think it was suspenseful and it kept you on your toes. And I also want to say the ending credits were incredibly well done. Whoever was the graphic designer for that and the editor who placed it all together was just really, really well done. And while this piece was really short, it was really enjoyable to watch. And I liked it a lot.
This was really well done. In terms of audio, I think that they did a great job of establishing the scenario and the location. So when we were on him and he was listening to the lawyer through the phone, you could hear it. You could hear the voice through the phone as well. And then when the camera was on her, it was more clear and direct. So that was very intentional. And I really appreciated that because it really just added an extra layer of storytelling and clarity, and like clearly the team knew what they were doing. I loved the scene where he is in jail and he's talking to the lawyer, but you see him and then you see him with the blood on his face, and then you see him as a little boy, and just those like quick cuts I thought was really effective, really well done. And it was a short film. It was just under 5 minutes, and I thought that it was very well executed, told a really nuanced story just kind of from flashbacks and walking the audience through what happened. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was fantastic, and it makes you more or less sympathetic to him because we see where he came from and his motivations for what happened with this situation with his wife, which was an accident, but obviously looks really bad for many reasons. I just thought this was really, really well done, and I can see the care and the creativity that went into it. So great job.